Push-ups may not look all that special when you see them, but don't underestimate them because they provide a strong foundation and will help you build muscle. Let's take a deeper look at this underrated exercise and how you can go plus ultra with them. What's up, BP Squad? It's Spence Crosby. Today I want to talk to you about how you can build muscle with push-ups. Starting off with the number one tip, stick to the basic push-up forms, stop doing the most. So when building a routine, either at home or at the gym, and you want to take full advantage of using push-ups, stick to your basic push-up exercises. Regular push-ups, diamond push-ups, feet elevated push-ups, and more. You don't need those crazy push-up exercises like the back clap, triple clap push-up, elbows to hand push-ups, and you going all over the floor. You don't need those. Keep the push-up exercises very, very basic and keep drilling it over and over again. Those fancy push-up exercises are primarily there just to challenge your strength and your skill set. They look really cool if you see them on the street or on a video, but am I gonna do that at a gym or at home? Go all over the floor and just have my elbows? No, I don't really need those. They're gonna help improve your overall push-up skill set and add more variety to your push-up exercises, but drill the basics. A lot of times we get away from the basics because we feel like we don't need them anymore. And there are even some push-up exercises that may seem like they're over the top, just making some slight adjustments with your hands, but they're super effective. For instance, when you're doing like an elevated diamond push-up, and let's say when you do it, you turn your hands out, you get more of a squeeze in your inner pecs. So even though it might seem like it's not doing much, it's the extra detail that goes a long way. So when drilling the basics, sometimes those basics get really easy. So you have to find a way to fine tune them and make them that much more effective. And even when doing that push-up where you turn your hands out at an elevated surface, you don't really need an elevated surface to do them. Just turn your hands out on a flat surface. It's still gonna give you a bit of a squeeze in your inner pecs. And also keep this in mind, when you're doing those basic push-up exercises, they're gonna transfer to and more specialty push-up exercises. So I'm always gonna advocate to drill your basics, something that I got away from later on in my calisthenics journey. Secondly, add weight, either using a weighted vest, plates. Be creative. You ever come across a guy that did time in prison and you look how diesel he is and you talk to him about his routine? A lot of the time, they did the basic exercises, push-ups, dips, pull-ups. Now, even though this video is strictly about push-ups, they included basic bodyweight exercises, especially if they didn't have access to weights. So how did they get so diesel besides it being genetics? They find creative ways to create progressive overload. So again, using that example, if you don't have access to plates, a weighted vest, be creative. You can use books. And let's say you don't have either of these items, time under tension. And that's one thing they talk about as well. Their basic push-up strength and endurance is incredible. They could do push-ups for days. When you do push-ups, it's easy just to bust out 25 push-ups. But let's say you're busting out 25, 50 push-ups with no problem, and you're trying to find ways to make those push-ups a bit more difficult. Stay in the push-up hole for like 2 to 3 seconds after each rep. Your arms are gonna start shaking like crazy after probably the 10th rep. So I got a couple of homies that did time in prison, and I talked to them about what type of routine did you have? Basic push-up exercises. Now granted, they could do more of the specialty push-ups, but they kept drilling the basics over and over again. So when I go to do push-ups with them, they're knocking out 50, no problem. And it's great range of motion. So when you merge full range of motion with time under tension, that's the secret to progressive overload if you don't have access to a weighted vest or plates. And when you get really, really strong, time under tension with weights. And you can always mix up your time under tension. So say for instance, you're doing regular push-ups. You might go a 3-second descension, and then you're gonna hold at that bottom position for like 2 to 3 seconds. And then you may explode up, or you might slowly ascend up. Mix them up. I'd rather you keep it basic than to do like 10 back clap push-ups. Adding time under tension when you're doing your push-ups will greatly benefit you, and you're gonna be building muscle. My third tip I have for you guys is to incorporate more explosive push-ups. Explosive or plyometric training is the key to building bigger muscles, making you stronger and more explosive. So you take a basic push-up like the clap push-up, but do reps of clap push-ups with time under tension. That's a whole nother level you need to learn to grasp and control. That's gonna take your push-up strength and power to the next level. And it's even gonna help you build more muscle. When you're training plyometrics, the primary muscles you're going to be training are going to be your fast twitch muscle fibers. Fast twitch muscle fibers, or type 2 muscle fibers, create short and powerful burstful movements, as opposed to their counterparts, type 1 muscle fibers. Those are slow twitch, so they have a higher concentration of mitochondria. What does that lead to? taking in more oxygen. Your type 2 muscle fibers have a low concentration of mitochondria. So what does that permit? A lower concentration of oxygen. So they're gonna be white in appearance as opposed to their counterparts, type 1 muscle fibers, are gonna be red in appearance. Your type 1 muscle fibers are bigger, they're more powerful. So when you look at sprinters, the reason why they're so lean and explosive, they have a higher genetic proclivity for type 2 muscle fibers as opposed to other people who may not have as many type 2 muscle fibers. But it doesn't mean you can't train those fast twitch muscle fibers. And theoretically, there's a possibility that you can build more type 2 muscle fibers by the way you train. So going back to push-ups, when you're doing more explosive style push-ups like clap push-ups, or maybe clap push-ups may be a little difficult for you, try explosive push-ups where you don't necessarily have the clap in it. You're still gonna be working those type 2 muscle fibers and building strength, power, and more lean muscle over time. So your fast twitch muscle fibers are bigger, more powerful. So the more you work those, the more those muscles are gonna grow. So again, when doing explosive push-up exercises, mix in some time under tension. Maybe you might do clap push-ups, 3 sets of 10, and you're gonna pause at the bottom position for 2 seconds, then explode up and repeat. And the last tip I have for you guys is to focus on quality reps. So in the past, I've released videos where we do like little pump workouts, where we do our shorter range of motion. Those are good, right? It gives you a nice pump. But all in all, you want quality reps. For example, maybe you might do 4 sets of 25 reps with diamond push-ups. You can do the pump diamond push-ups after each set or after the final set of diamond push-ups. But ultimately, guys, you wanna focus on quality reps. A lot of the time when I see people doing push-ups, or even sometimes in my videos, I notice my push-up form will begin to break, and it's primarily because of fatigue, right? But in reality, you wanna focus on quality reps. Instead of just shooting for 50 push-ups in a row, regardless on how your form looks, focus on quality repetitions. So maybe when you focus on quality reps, you might not get 50 push-ups in a row. You might get 35 push-ups, but those 35 quality push-ups are a lot better than 50 unqualified push-ups. Your standard for push-ups or any type of bodyweight exercise should be the equivalent of the military. If you have poor form when doing push-ups in the military, then some of my BP fam that's in the military will tell you, no, that they won't count that rep. They're just gonna be like 5, and you're still doing the reps, 5, until you get a quality rep. So keep that mindset when you're doing your push-ups or any type of bodyweight exercise. All in all, those are the tips I have for you guys. If you want to build more muscle using push-ups, don't underestimate the power of push-ups, because that's something that I have done in the past, all because I can do more advanced calisthenic moves. Don't neglect the basics. Keep drilling them, keep getting better and better. You're gonna have a very strong foundation, and you're gonna greatly reduce your chances of getting injured. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button. Most importantly, make sure you are properly subscribed. I'll see you guys next video. Peace and love as always. And now shade, boom, we out, baby.